Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. Well, here we are. We're ready for our How to Heal Yourself Oracle card deck group reading. Thank you so much for joining. We are going to be covering a lot of ground today. And I just realized I should probably take my sign down, which might not be friendly to everybody. Only because it says a bad word, not because of anything else. But welcome everybody for joining in. Please let me know in the chat box who you are and where you're streaming in from. It's so good to have you here. Go ahead and type in the chat box. Let me know. Go ahead and give a thumbs up or a like on this video if you're here. YouTube's always an interesting thing because it's hard for me to tell who's here and when. I don't see faces like I normally do in Zoom, but I'm so glad that we're doing this today. So let's go ahead and get started. Give it a like. Let me know in the chat box. I'll go ahead and start typing so everybody can see me. Let me know you're here in the chat box. Just say hi. And we have a lot to cover today. So let's get started. Who has their Oracle card deck? Let me know in the chat box. Let me know. Hi, Carol. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Deborah. Hi, everybody. Hi, Beth. Hi, Dawn. Dawn's in Ireland. Hi, Dawn. Hi. Deborah got hers yesterday. Yay. A lot of people got theirs yesterday and probably are receiving them today. Barbara says she's getting hers at a different address. Vancouver. So nice to see all of you. Oh, Anna says, I love the deck. I got mine. Frances has her deck. Jean has her deck. Mary has her deck. Yay. So many people have it. Hi, everybody. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. If you're here and you're excited to be here, go ahead and like this video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up so I can see, and keep typing in the chat box. We are going to do a full healing session today, okay? This is going to be like you're having a session with me today, and we're going to use the Oracle deck. If you don't have yours here today, it's perfectly fine. It doesn't matter. You're still going to get your full healing, and you're going to learn to really use it for when you receive your deck. So what comes in the box? We have this beautiful deck that matches my fingernails that you all voted on color-wise. You have a deck full of cards. There are 48 cards with emotions on them, and there are 2 blank cards. The blank cards was an idea that I had to allow you to write in your own emotions in case I missed any of those emotions that you typically deal with. I probably didn't because I've been doing this for a long time, but sometimes people have emotions that they resonate with, or words, or something that they want to add. And so I thought it would be so fun to have a couple of blank cards where you just got in that moment when you pulled it to install or release any emotion you wanted. Or in advance of doing your readings, what you would do is write with a Sharpie marker in and add those to your cards. Okay, so you have the box, the deck, and then the booklet. The booklet tells you how to use the cards and gives you lots of sample questions to use to do your own readings. Anne's here, Kathleen's here, Sue's here. A few people are just waiting for their decks, but other people have theirs. So Lisa got hers yesterday. Yay. Hi, Abby. Hi, Crystal. Okay, so I want you to stick around. Later in our session, I'm actually, for whoever's here, I'm going to send you a bonus. I created a bonus this morning because I realized that I wanted to add a special type of reading that I didn't put in the book. And so I created it for you. I'm going to give you a list of 10 bonus questions that you can ask to do a different type of reading. So go ahead and just hang out with us, and I'll explain how to get that later. But for now, we're going to go right into this. So if you have your cards out and you want to practice, great. If you don't have your cards yet, then don't worry, because I'm here and I'm going to do the reading for you. If you're just joining now, go ahead and like this video so I know that you're here. Facebook Lives are totally different than Zoom, so I can't see your beautiful faces, but I can see how many people are liking the video, and I can see your comments. So that's really wonderful. Hi, Beverly. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Eugenia. Okay. So what we're going to do, and this is a typical way that I start my sessions using the deck, is I basically just like to start with a general question. This is one of the most helpful types of sessions because we're just asking in the moment what we can release to benefit our highest good. I use Thymus Test and Tap, which is what technique this deck is built on, as something to heal the past or clear the past, but also in the moment to figure out what I need to clear. So for example, if I was feeling anxious right now, I would shuffle my cards and ask, what emotions can I release to release anxiety? If I was feeling if I was having a difficult time making a decision, I would shuffle the deck and I would ask, what emotions can I release to get clarity on this decision? So those are a couple of examples, but I want you to start thinking in that way. When you sit down, what is it right now that you want to get toward? What is your goal? And sometimes you can ask specifically like that, or you can just ask, what emotion do I need to release to benefit my highest good? And that's where we're going to start. So this deck is based on the Thymus Test and Tap technique, which includes tapping on the thymus gland to actually release and install the emotions that we're working with. Now, the thymus gland is about an inch below where a necktie would be or where a bow tie would be. So everybody just feel that spot and go down about an inch. That is your magic tapping spot. If you're a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right or a little bit on the top or a little bit on the bottom, you'll be fine. Okay, don't worry. The percussive effect of tapping is really what helps to send the energy swoosh through the energy system and clear out those stuck emotions. And when we go to install positive emotions, it's the percussive effect, the tapping that taps in that positive emotion. So what's beautiful about this deck is that you can use it to both release stuck emotions, negative emotions in your body, which aren't really negative, they're just stuck, which makes them not so great, and install positive emotions for your healing. We're going to go through it all today, but the deck really does cover everything. So let's take our deck. If you have it, I want you to do this with me. If not, I'm going to pull a card for you, so don't worry. And I want you to put the deck in front of you. And I want you to do what I call mess the deck. So this is really different than any other deck because most decks, you shuffle the cards, right? You shuffle like a card deck. What I really wanted to do was embrace the messiness of healing and the messiness of just sort of letting intuition and fate decide. How many people, and you can give me a thumbs up or just say yes, yes, or something like that in the chat box, but how many people resonate with trying to do things so perfectly that sometimes you think that causes more stress than is necessary? Sometimes that works against your healing. Give me a yes in the chat box if that might sound like you. Okay, I'm already getting yeses. I'm getting some all capital yeses. So part of why I wanted to do a mess the deck versus shuffle the deck was I wanted to really embrace that. Let's just see what happens. Let's mess up the deck and let's let fate or intuition guide us to the right card. So let me tip my camera, and hopefully this works for you, to look at my desk. And my desk has the cards on it. And if I were doing a regular reading, an oracle card reading with any other deck, I would make something very nice and neat. But this is my way. And what I want you to do is be messy, which means I want you to swirl the cards. I want you to twirl the cards. I want you to mess the cards. I literally want you to make a huge mess and turn them all the wrong direction. And I think I probably could benefit from a bigger desk here, but we're just going to make it work. So as you can see, I've really just messed up the cards. And from there, I'm going to ask the question, what emotion can we release now to benefit our highest good? And I'm just going to dig through the cards, look around, and I'm kind of sticking to this one. So I'm going to pick this up. If you have your deck at home and you want to practice this, go ahead and mess your deck and pull a card. If you don't have a deck, I pulled a card for you. And the emotion that I pulled to release is, oops. Oh, here, this is going to be funny. Okay, universal joke is on me. This is the one card. There was a typo, one card, and this is it. I picked it. So I guess I meant to explain this. So it says release comforted and install confused. But it is the one typo in the entire deck, which some of you Virgos and perfectionists already found. For this one card, if you get it, you're going to reverse them. We obviously want to release confused and install comforted. So let's start with that. Let's start with releasing confused, and let me show you how easy it is to do. If you picked a card from your own deck at home, you can go ahead and release that one. Barbara says, you are such an adorable role model, strong, gorgeous, and energetic. Thank you, Barbara, because I'm a little nervous about doing a YouTube Live. Barbara, you know, and most people on this call know that I usually do Zoom. And so this is something different. I just didn't want people to have to sign up or anything. So thank you, Barbara. That absolutely made my day. So we are going to release confused. And the way that we do it is so easy. The hardest part of Thymus Test and Tap has always been figuring out which emotions to clear. But with the deck, we are letting fate and our sort of intuition guide us. And it's so easy. Even though I'm a master muscle tester and pendulum tester, I have been using these cards instead of my muscle testing. Barbara says the universe is joking about imperfection. You are so right, Barbara. I love it. So let's release confused. We know exactly what we need to release for our highest good. If you are at home, you're welcome to release your own card and or this one. So let's go ahead and put our fingertips where we're supposed to be on the thymus gland, and we're releasing confused. So go ahead and follow along with me. All we do is tap. That's all you do. And you hold the intention of releasing confused. Go ahead and tap. Now, this is not necessary, but I like to pair it with some words, which are either releasing, 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 or let go, let go, let go. So let's do it. Let's go with let go and go ahead and tap and just hold the intention of letting go of confused. Go ahead and repeat after me. Let go, let go, let go. Let go, let go, let go. Let go, let go, let go. All right, deep breath. You did your first one. We're going to keep going. Let's ask what the next emotion is to release that will benefit our highest good. So let me go ahead and mess the deck. Kathy says, in Mississippi, got my cards for my birthday. Happy birthday, Kathy. Thank you so much for joining us. I love that. What a special day to get these cards. Okay, I'm going to mess the deck again, show you what I'm doing. And everybody at home who has their cards, mess it. Like if I had a bigger, sometimes I do this on the floor and I seriously like get my messy vibe going and I really, really mess it. So go ahead and really mess your deck up. Really mess it up. Let's put some cards from the bottom to the top. This is killing me in a way, my perfectionist tendencies. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and just dig through and pick a card, and this card is standing out for me. So I am going to show you release unsupported, and that is our next emotion to release. Now, I want to stop for 1 second and acknowledge that each card has a release and an install. What I like to do and what I intended with this deck was to release as many emotions as we wanted for any topic first, and then go back and install 3 positive emotions to finish up our session. It is okay if you were to want to release unsupported and then flip the card over and immediately install optimistic. Perfectly fine with me. However, if you did it that way, it means you would always be releasing and installing the same set of emotions because these two will always appear on the same card. So let's do it my way. And after we do it, I'll let you choose if there's another way that you want to do it for your own readings, okay? So here we go. We're going to release unsupported. And again, this is an emotion that we're clearing just for our highest good. Soon in our session, we're going to get deeper and deeper into our healing, but this is a great way to start. And thank you for everybody who's just joining and saying hello. If you just got here, please hit the like button so I know that you're here, and let's clear unsupported. Now, go ahead and put your fingertips on our magical tapping point and start tapping in this spot. And repeat after me while holding the intention of releasing unsupported. Let's go. We're going to use releasing, releasing, releasing this time just to show you can do it any way you want. All right, let's go. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Releasing, releasing, releasing. All right, all done. You can stop tapping. So now, let me tell you, when I do group readings and group sessions, I tap and say releasing, 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 or installing, installing, installing a few times. You only need to tap on your thymus gland 7 times for this technique to be successful. However, because we're all together and it feels good, I tap a little bit longer and use that phrasing. It is not necessary to do on your own. However, there are specific directions in here if you are a rule follower and want to use them. That's fine. I just do a little bit of a longer process when we're together because, hey, we're together and I love hanging out with all of you. And I really just love taking the extra time and the extra breaths and the extra taps and all of my words to really help you move that energy. Okay. So let's do one more general release and then we're going to move on. Again, if you have your cards at home, go ahead and mess your deck. You can pick your own card and then release what we're releasing or reverse the pattern, vice versa, whatever. Doesn't matter. Yay, Barb says big yawn, releasing unsupported. Okay, and also Mira is here from Italy. Thanks, Mira, for joining from Italy. So go ahead as I'm shuffling or messing our next reading. Go ahead and let me know in the chat box. Did you resonate with those emotions? How did that feel? Did you feel anything? Did you feel nothing at all? Anne says, love hanging out with you too. Thank you, Anne. And just let me know, how did that feel? Sometimes people yawn, sometimes people get the chills, sometimes absolutely nothing happens, which doesn't mean it's not working, okay? So let's keep going. And I'm really going to mess the deck. I'm picking them up and I'm dropping them. I'm really going to go for it because I'm starting to relax and not be nervous and have fun. So I'm going to go ahead and really just mess up the deck. I'm going to kind of do a messy shuffle. I'm going to do a swirl and a spin. I'm going to put these old cards that we already used back in. And I'm going to dig to the bottom and pick the card on the bottom. And the next emotion that we're going to release is indecisive. Indecisive. There is a really big energy of anxiety around indecisiveness. Really, really big. I used to have a very, very hard time making decisions. And it caused a lot of anxiety. Being in limbo about anything will make you feel very uncomfortable and very unsafe. So I think it's really important that we talk about this. And by the way, the booklet, which I'll talk about a little bit more in a little bit, but has an encyclopedia of emotions at the back so that you can really understand each emotion you're releasing. I'm going to be going through that in a little bit, but for now, we're just going to keep releasing. Okay, let's go for indecisiveness. And Marilyn said the card she pulled for herself at home was unsupported. So Marilyn, how in sync are we, huh? How in sync are you with this entire group? I love it. Okay, go ahead and start tapping, and we're releasing indecisive, which means all we do is tap and hold the intention of releasing it. That's all. Okay, so start tapping, hold the intention of releasing indecisive, and repeat after me. Let go, let go, let go. Let go, let go, let go. Let go, let go, let go. All right, and take a breath. That's all we need to do. I'm going to pretend, even though we're not even nearly done with our time together, I'm going to pretend that was the end of our session so I can show you how to install the positive emotions. Then we're going to go into some focused areas of your life where you're going to get to release emotions around health, relationship, money, and more. If that sounds good, make sure you type in the chat box. Let me know you're with me because I can't see your beautiful faces because we're not on Zoom. And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the deck again and show you how to install positive emotions. The reason we install positive emotions is because I feel like, and I wonder how many of you feel like this, I feel like so much of healing focuses on the negative and what we're trying to release. But there is so much healing power in bringing in a positive, supportive energy. And so I end all sessions with installing 3 positive emotions. And I explain it in the book, so don't worry. If this sounds overwhelming to you and you think, oh my gosh, I can use this deck in a million ways. Yes, you can, but it can be as simple or as in-depth as you want. So what I'm going to do is show you how to install some positive emotions. And if you hang around till later, I'm going to be giving all of you a bonus which is additional questions to do a reading that's only installing positive. It's going to be really cool. I'm going to tell you about it later. So I'm going to go ahead and mess the deck. Go ahead and do this with me if you have yours. And I'm going to pick a positive. Okay. So installing confident, that's a really good one. So let's install confident. Who needs, give me a thumbs up or a yes or something in the chat box if you need confidence right now. I think that's a really big one. I think it's a really big one. Okay, so let's go ahead and install confident. If you are drawing your own cards because your deck already came, then go ahead and install that card and this one. I'm getting a lot of yeses for confident. Okay, I need it too. So let's do it. Let's install confident. Now, all we have to do, super easy, we go to our same magic Thymus tapping point, and you hold the intention of installing confident. That is it. And you hold the intention that you're going to tap that right into your thymus gland, which is connected to the rest of your energy system and really supports your healing in that way. So go ahead and tap and repeat after me. Installing, installing, installing. Installing, installing, installing. All right, and let's do another one. I'm going to go ahead and pick another card. Sometimes I reshuffle the deck, sometimes I don't, just depends. If I start a new reading on a new topic, I always reshuffle the deck. But if I'm picking a new card, I sometimes just kind of remess them up. Okay, this card, this is one of the magic cards where you get to pick your own install. I love that we got this one. Okay, so this is one of the 2 blank cards that I told you about. Blank meaning that you will fill in the blank with the emotion you feel like you need to install most right now. If you were doing a reading to release, you would get to pick the emotion to release. You can write it on there with a Sharpie if there's always something you want to be in the deck, or you can just be spontaneous and in the moment decide. Now, I want you all to think of whatever emotion comes to you first that you would really like to feel more of right now. Really, really just kind of tune into that. Don't overthink it. Just kind of what would you like to feel more of? Something positive. And just hold that. Ella said she pulled the same card. That's so funny. You must need double of it, Ella. Oh, Barbara thought of creative. That's so good, Barbara. That's not in the deck. That's perfect. Kathleen said joy. What else? Type them in the chat box. What would you like to bring in more right now? Okay, Barbara, but Barbara doesn't have her cards yet, but that's not in the card deck, so you got it. Supported, happy, peace, joyful, safety, optimistic. These are such good ones. Calm, self-worth, really, really good. Okay, so you all hold the one emotion that you feel like you could really install right now and follow along with me. Go ahead and start tapping. And really just hold that magical, powerful intention to install whatever that emotion is that you just chose. Oh, these are such good ones. You're all tapping in the box. And repeat after me. Installing, installing, installing. Installing, installing, installing. And one more time, just for fun. Installing, installing, installing. All right, and take a breath. There were so many good ones, y'all. The magical, strong, happiness, safety, belief. I love these so much. Okay, so that's how you would do positive emotions. I'm going to pick one more quickly because I always like to do 3, and I always do 3. It would feel like incomplete if I didn't. So the next one is feeling light. That's also a very good one. So let's go ahead and install feeling light, and you're all pros at this now. So go ahead, install light, go ahead and tap, and repeat after me. Installing, installing, installing. Installing, installing, installing. All right, good job. Take a deep breath, and we're going to move on to deeper healing. So that's what I like to do. When I sit down to do a session, if I don't have anything specific to work on, that's what I do. I do a general energy clearing just to clear whatever wants to come up. Does that feel good to all of you? If you felt anxious in the moment, you could sit down and say, What emotion could I release to release anxiety? What emotion could I release to feel less tired? It could be anything. And you can also just ask, what emotion can I release for my highest good? Sue is saying, I sometimes move into a full EFT session while doing Thymus Test and Tap. What are your thoughts? That's so interesting. So, Sue, I don't mix the techniques. I do within a session, but I don't mix them within like Thymus Test and Tap and then move to EFT. But I say do whatever feels good for you. Barb says, does it make sense that we continue to yawn with the installing? Yes, you're just moving energy. That's totally good. Deborah says, I love that. And Amy says, I end it with havening after installing and releasing. So havening is a calming technique that's great for nervous system. You can always end your session in whatever way you want. I think that's really great. And Anne says, I like in the moment, then it can happen anytime and quickly. Most of the time, that's how I use the technique. Like I'm feeling really crappy. I sit down, I pull out the cards, I do 5, 6, 7 emotions to release, and then I install a few. So most of the time, unless I'm working on something specific, that's what I do. And I like it too for that reason, Anne. It's really easy, doesn't take a lot of time. And listen, it works. Drop me a note in the box if you're already feeling better, already feeling a little lighter, a little bit happier. Rachel says she's yawning and her eyes are starting to water. Yes, eyes running, nose running, yawning, chills, all the things. Go ahead and make sure you hit like on this video so that I know you're here, and let me know if you're feeling a little bit better already. I find that these cards are really effective in part, of course, because of the technique. But in part, I find that maybe they work a little faster or a little deeper than Thymus Test and Tap from the books because there's no stress around them. You're not wondering if you're muscle testing correctly. You're not wondering if you're getting the right emotion, right? It's so easy, which is part of why, even though I know how to muscle test and I'm great at pendulum testing, to find which emotions to release from my books. All this technique is also in the books. These cards are just easy, and easy is what makes us do the work. And easy is what's beneficial for our nervous system. So Lisa says she was literally just thinking that, right? They're like no stress. They're no stress, no fuss. We can do them anytime. You could throw them in your purse or your backpack, whatever. Sue says, I'm going to use these in my practice quicker than grabbing a book, and beautiful, wonderful. And for any of you who work with, maybe you have a massage practice or a healing practice, bring a deck to your office. Let your clients pick their own cards. That's such a special way to end a session. Even just pick one installing card. So okay, let's move on. If everybody's ready, make sure this video is liked so that I know that you're here. Hit the like button. And then let's go a little deeper. That's what we're going to spend our time on. We're going to just keep going deeper and deeper. So I showed you the quick technique, which is just, what do I need to release in this moment? Bam, easy, no thought at all. The next type of reading is a bit more focused. Still super easy though, okay? Still super easy. This is deciding what area in your life you feel most blocked in. It could be health, relationships, career, love, money, doesn't matter. But this is a more focused reading, okay? So this is not just what do I need to release and we release it. This is more you deciding what area in your life feels blocked. So I'm going to go through with you and I'm going to help you do this. Again, these are in the booklet. You don't need to remember anything. I'm just showing you how easy it is and showing you in action so that you feel really comfortable using it. And I have to say, I'm already having so much fun. I think we might need to do these every once in a while. I only planned to do this for the launch, but if you think we should do these once in a while together, let me know in the chat box. So when I read everything later, I think, okay, people will come and hang out with me. So let's start with health. Let's just start with health. Okay, I want you to focus on a primary health challenge you're having. Now, I know that might be hard because I know you may be feeling like, oh my gosh, I have so many health challenges. But thank you. I'm getting a lot of yeses. And Deborah says, always happy to hang out with you. Always happy to hang out with all of you too. It's so much fun. Let's think of a primary health challenge. And I want you to all think of a primary health challenge. This is something that could be fatigue, pain, allergies. What else is there? There's so many. Migraines, It could be anything, okay? You just hold the intention that we are going to work on your primary challenge. If you have your own cards, you're getting a 2-for-1 today because you get to pull your own cards. And then also I'm going to pull one for you. But anything that you want to focus on, just hold that intention while I take the deck again. I'm going to re-mess it now, okay? Because we're on to a new type of reading. So that's when I mess the deck again. So for anybody who's joining, just jump right in. These cards are so easy. You open the box, you can use them in the first 5 seconds, everybody? First 5 seconds, you're off and running. So I'm going to put the cards down. I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. I am just going to make a big old healing mess here because that's just how we heal, right? I'm going to pick them up. If I had more room, I'd spread them out a little bit more, but this works perfectly fine. I'm going to just kind of mess them up. And now I'm going to go ahead and pick a card. Again, we're going to do 3 releasing and then 3 installing. I like to be formulaic in that way. You can do it any way you want. I'm going to dig through, and this one is standing out for me. So I'm going to be choosing this card to help you release an emotion that's blocking you in relationship to that one major health issue that you just held your intention on. And this emotion is undeserving. Undeserving. Type in the chat box if there might be a part of you that feels undeserving about letting go of this health issue. Undeserving of healing. Big one. Such a big one. Okay, so let's go ahead and release it. And by the way, to backtrack a little bit, the reason we are releasing these emotions is because this stuck energy simply causes stress on our immune system and nervous system, and it blocks us from healing. Some of these emotions even have more meaning than that, like undeserving. Some of this is programming, not just causing stress because these yucky emotions are stuck in our body, causing stress in our body, holding us back, maybe dampening the immune system and nervous system, but some of these have a much deeper meaning, just like undeserving. So undeserving often is programming where you are in a way subconsciously blocking yourself from healing because you just don't feel like you deserve to be healthy. So I see a lot of people, yesing this one, that we need to release this one. It's so important because until you really release this and feel like you deserve to be healthy, it's harder to get well. It really is. This is old programming, not just an emotion, but even more, it's old programming that you've probably been stuck with for a long time. So let's help each other to release this. And I love the group sessions because I always think the power of us all holding this intention at the same time is so incredible. And I want you to hold the intention of releasing undeserving around your healing. Go ahead and tap on the point and really hold that intention of tapping that energy right out of your body. Maybe you needed it to protect you in the past. Maybe you needed it for who knows why, but you do not need it now. So go ahead and release undeserving. And repeat after me. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Really feel into this one, everybody. Releasing, releasing, releasing. One more time for good measure. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Oh, how did that feel? I'm starting to sweat. I think we're really getting some energy moving. I'm going to go ahead and mess the deck a little bit more, grab another card, and we're just going to keep on going. This can be fast. This can be really fast. The next emotion is defensive. Defensive. That's a very good one. So defensiveness can often cause blocks in our healing. I'm going to show you now how this little booklet and the encyclopedia at the end can really help you. So we're taking the word defensive or the emotion defensive. I'm going to read to you my description about defensive to see if it sort of opens up some new ideas about what your body needs to release. Defensive. And you're going to see why this goes with the first emotion that we did. Being defensive comes up in regard to safety. Often, when your physical self or even your ego feels threatened. But often we feel defensive when we have not worked through our own emotional blocks and overreact or misinterpret well-meaning people around us. Go ahead and say yes in the chat box if that gave you some new ideas about why you may be holding defensiveness. Someone says spot on. A couple people are asking me about my class that starts on Monday, How to Heal Yourself Live. And I'll go over that a little bit later, but I think I might have a few spots left. So if you want to go through 6 weeks of sessions just like this with me, going through all my techniques, stick around or put it in the chat box so I can make sure to get back to you if you're interested in that 6-week class. Okay, everyone's saying, wow, that was good. So true. So I actually contemplated, should I write all the descriptions in the back? And my editor was like, I think that they would be helpful. And so I did it, and people are loving it because they're going, oh, I didn't think of that emotion that way. And I feel like understanding the emotion helps open up ideas in our body, even if they're not, if we're not consciously thinking about them, helps open up ideas around what we could release. And I feel like our bodies just go, oh yeah, it could be that and that and that and that. And we just start releasing. So, yeah, I like having these. I like having these descriptions. So let's release defensiveness. And if you are interested in the 6-week class, just put class in the chat box so that I can come back later and send you the class information. I think, again, I still have a few spots, and it's going to be good. We just hang out for an hour every week, and we go through basically the biggest highlights of all of my techniques, and I take you through. We cover safety, we cover nervous system reprogram, I teach you how to muscle test. So just go ahead and put that in there if you want me to come back to you later. Okay, we're getting a lot of ahas over defensive, right? So let's clear it. Let's go ahead and tap on our thymus gland to release defensive. And again, all you have to do, you pick the card. That was the hardest part. And now you're going to release the emotion defensive. Go ahead and hold your intention that you're tapping it right out of the energy system, and repeat after me. Let go, let go, let go. Let go, let go, let go. All right, let's pick another one. I'm going to pick another one, and this again is going to be for that health issue that you're focusing on right now. And I'm just holding the intention as I pick. I'm asking fate, the universe, my intuition, my inner being to just pick the emotion that will help you release what you need to around that primary health issue. Okay, this is going to be funny, everybody, because I reshuffled. And what did I get again? Defensive. Oh my gosh, that is too funny. Okay, well, the cards don't lie. We're going to release it again. Go ahead and tap there, and let's do a little more work on defensive. Go ahead and release. And when I say release, all I mean is tap and hold the intention. That's all you need. Repeat after me. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Releasing, releasing, releasing. I can't help to laugh. But you all know, all of you who know me and work with me and come to my classes, you know, if we can't laugh, we're not healing, right? Because I think the missing piece in healing is that lightness, that levity, that hilariousness that's not easy to get to. But sometimes this healing journey is so ridiculous, we have to laugh, right? It just makes it more fun. It just lightens our spirit, and it's good for your body. So, okay, let's do another one. So we did 2. We released defensiveness choice. You get extra credit for that. I'm just going to show you my deck so you can see I'm actually shuffling them again. If I get defensiveness again, that's going to be pretty funny. And I'm just going to dig to the bottom. And this one is disconnected. That's really interesting. Okay, so let me just show you. Disconnected is the emotion. Now, the interesting thing about disconnected is it can have lots of different meanings. I'm going to go ahead and grab the little encyclopedia here and read to you what it means. Feeling removed or disassociated from life, relationship, spiritual source, and even yourself. This emotion can give you the sensation of floating around, figuratively, or watching life from the outside. Go ahead and give me a yes in the chat box if you resonate with that. Barbara's saying detached, disassociated. Yes, kind of feels like floating around. You know what this is? You know what disconnected really is? And I'm getting the chills, which is my sign for just my body and spirit saying yes, yes, yes. Disconnected is disconnected from self. When we have lost that connection to ourself, so many things don't feel good in our life. I'm getting a lot of yeses, a lot of wows, a lot of absolutelys. And so it's really important. So, see, these cards are not just quickly releasing emotions, they're really helping you to understand what's behind it so that you understand and you have words for why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. Barbara is saying, yes, we've lost the soul of us. Yes, you've been disconnected from your own source, from who you are, from what you want, from those good feelings that have been buried by life, right? Just life being hard. And so that's what we're going to be releasing here today, which is really special and really powerful. So let's go. Let's release disconnected. And I got to Michelita, you said class info. If you want information on the class, just type class. And let's go ahead and release disconnected and just really hold that intention that this does not serve us anymore. We really want to release disconnected from whatever it is we feel disconnected from, floating around, disconnected from self, from our passions, from our joy, from our soul. And go ahead and repeat after me. Let go, let go, let go. Let go, let go, let go. Let go, let go, let go. All right, I see some people saying, I can't stop yawning. Okay, so we're going to do a positive emotion to install. Now, if I was doing a full reading here, I would do 3 positive emotions, but because we still have more healing to do, I'm just going to do 1 to kind of close up this part of the session, but let you know that normally you would do 3 to end your entire session. If you're just joining us, welcome. Make sure you hit the like button on this video so that I know that you're here and that you're enjoying this and that you're with me. I'm also just messing the deck right now. I'll let you see what I'm doing. I'm pulling from the bottom. I'm making a mess on the top. I'm swirling. I'm twirling. I'm making a whole healing mess here because this is how we do it. And I'm going to pull a positive emotion that will benefit your healing. And I'm going to pull it and accepting. What about accepting ourselves? Now I'm going to read you. Oh no, I don't have definitions for the installs. I'm going to tell you a couple of ways that I think accepting can be helpful for installing that positive energy. So accepting can be accepting ourselves. It can also be accepting right where we are now. How much energy do we take up? How much energy do we waste fighting what's going on now? Some days I just feel like it's best to say, I accept what it is. It is what it is for today. That doesn't mean we're not working towards something better. It doesn't mean we're not trying to clear energy and feel better. It just means I'm accepting today for what it is and I'm doing my best. I think really, really helpful for healing. And again, what does that do? It takes stress off the immune system, off the nervous system, which is what we need. So let's go ahead. Yeah, Barbara said it's the way it is. It's not the way it's always going to be, but it's the way it is right now. And you know what? That's okay. I'm not going to waste my energy trying to not accept what is inevitably the truth of this moment. So let's go ahead and install accepting. Tap on your thymus gland and repeat after me. Installing, installing, installing. Installing, installing, installing. Again, you're tapping that accepting energy into your body, installing, installing, installing. All right. So that is the type of reading you would do with a focused reading. You would pick your category, which is money blocks, health blocks, relationship blocks. They're all in this book. You don't have to remember them. And you would ask for emotions around that specific topic. So what have we done so far? A general quickie reading. That's not what I call it in the book, but I'm going to call it that here. A general quickie reading. A focused reading, which we're focusing on a specific topic or category of our lives, right? Easy. Health, money, career, relationships, whatever it may be. These are all outlined in the book. Next, we're going to do a very personalized reading, which is going a little bit deeper into our healing. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do that. A personalized reading is something that's a very specific to you, that's not like anybody else's category. This may be a specific fear you have, a specific past experience or a trauma that you're dealing with. This may be a type of sleep disturbance you're having, nightmares, or nightmares or insomnia or whatever it may be. This may be a block in your chakras, which are all outlined in this book because I didn't want you guessing. This may be a specific symptom in a specific part of your body, like pain in my upper right abdomen. It may be anything very specific and personal to you. Okay, I'm going to help you do this now so that you get very comfortable. Again, all the directions are in this booklet. I fit so much in this booklet, you won't believe it when you read it. But I also really just want you to get comfortable and show you how to do it. So let's do this. Let's work with a past experience, right? A past experience is something that happened that may still be stuck in your body, or something you haven't fully let go of and moved on from. Some may call this a trauma. It may be something that traumatized you. We're not going to work on any big traumas today, but if there's something that you've already been working on, an incident, an experience, something you really wish you could just let go of, for 1 second, just focus on that, just quickly enough to know that that's what we're going to release around. And if you have your own card deck, you can do this along with me. Otherwise, I have my card deck for everybody who doesn't, and I will be doing a reading for you. Okay? So I have my deck here. I'm going to sort of just reshuffle it a little bit, and then I'm going to put my cards down and mess the deck. I'm going to show you again how I do it. I swirl, I twirl, I make a big old mess all over. They're all over my keyboard. They're kind of everywhere at the moment. All right. And I'm going to spread them out a little bit more. And I'm going to pick an emotion. And I see a card that I want. I'm going to pick an emotion that we can release to help you release the energy from that specific experience that you feel like you haven't let go of. Again, in your booklet, this kind of reading is found under personalized reading. This is something very personal to you, not a generalized topic. The emotion that we're going to release is feeling attacked. Okay, I'm going to read you what this may mean, because it sounds like it only means one thing, but as you will find by reading in the Index of Emotions in this book, you'll see how much, when you really understand these emotions, they can open up for you. Okay, here's what attacked may mean. A feeling of your space or self being invaded, either emotionally, physically, or spiritually. This emotion is often present for those who have experienced a chronic illness. Listen to this, everybody. Particularly related to viruses or bacteria or parasites or anything like that, which feels like an attack on your system. It also comes up in relationships where others' actions may feel like a personal insult or attack. Give me a yes if that gave you some new ideas of why you might feel attacked without really understanding why. Listen, these emotions, they live in our body, and what happens is we feel them over and over again in all areas of our life. And so if you feel attacked, if you find that you feel like people are attacking you, attacking what you have to say, judging you, it may be because you've been dealing with a chronic virus in which that core feeling of feeling attacked is amplifying that in other areas of your life. Isn't that interesting? So it really does, these emotions can mean so many things. So let's go ahead and release attacked. Go ahead and tap and hold the intention to release it and repeat after me. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Releasing, releasing, releasing. And let's go ahead and do it one more time. Releasing, releasing, releasing. All right, let's do it again. And this time I'm going to focus on something else only because, again, I want to show you how many ways you can use these cards. And you'll probably figure out your own too, but just how many ways you can really use these cards. So let's do the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra, and again, you'll find all the chakras in here. You don't have to know about them. The solar plexus chakra is your chakra of personal empowerment, feeling empowered, feeling confident, feeling self-assured. And this chakra, when imbalanced, can cause a lot of anxiety, a lot of digestive issues. It's right below your sternum at the top of your abdomen. So let's do some clearing for solar plexus chakra for all of you. I'm going to go ahead and mess the deck again, pick a card, and this card is release feeling unsafe. Unsafe, huge one. This can be emotional, physical, spiritual. This can be so many different things. So let's go ahead and release feeling unsafe. Linked to the solar plexus chakra. And when released, let's intend that we gain that balance over our solar plexus chakra. So go ahead and release feeling unsafe. And all you have to do is tap, intend, and repeat after me. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Releasing, releasing, releasing. All right, deep breath. Let's just let some of that energy move. Give me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. We're going to do one more releasing, and then we're going to move to installing positive emotions. And your bonus is coming up, so just stick with me for another maybe 5 minutes, and I'll tell you how to get your bonus. Go ahead and drop in the chat box how you're doing. Tina Marie says, tired, LOL. Krista says, lots of yawning. Wow, good. Thanks, Crystal. Teresa says, big yawn. Good. Lots of releasing. Sue says, I just can't believe how spot on these are. Yeah, Sue, I honestly think it's because there's no stress. We're just picking them quickly. We're in the flow, right? It's easy to be in the flow with these cards. Barbara says she's tired. Ann says tired. Get some water. Let's all get some water. That water really helps to kind of help that energy flow rebalance. And you can take a break too. This recording will stay up. So if you want to jump off or just watch for a little bit, that's okay too. Kat says, attack is something I never thought of, but it was huge. This is what's good about the cards. You don't have to think. You don't have to know how you feel. I have put the words and the cards to your emotions and your symptoms, and you don't have to figure it out, which is really, really nice. Because aren't we all so tired of trying to figure out all of our own stuff all the time? I am so sick of figuring out stuff, honestly. I just want to be guided and just clear the stuff as it comes up. I want to be easy breezy about it. I don't want the heaviness of healing that we tend to cling on to when we want to feel better. Anne says, so tired of trying, so tired of trying. And actually being lighter, having some fun, that is so healing. I'm telling you, that is the way forward. It's not taking everything so seriously. And I recently, in the last few days, as I'm writing my next book, which is always a big undertaking, really was getting messages from my own spirit guides and the universe about just how we take healing too seriously. We take spirituality too seriously. It's all light and fun. It's all, so much of the healing comes in lightening up, which I talk about a lot. Barbara has a good question. Barbara says, can we do this to music? Yes, Barbara, I love that idea. And actually, I feel like you could use it 2 ways with music. You could put on a song that you want to release to, maybe something that makes you sad or something that ignites your past, and pull cards and release some stuff from your past. And you could put on nice healing music for installing positive emotions. Really great idea, Barbara. I love that. Barbara, you wanted to release blocks to creativity, but that was one of the most creative things I've ever heard. So you're already there. You're already releasing some of those blocks. Okay, one more releasing, then we're going into installing. Here's what I want to do. I want to help you release a fear. Everybody's saying good idea, such a great idea, Barbara. So I want you to focus briefly on something you're really afraid of, something you have a fear about. Just briefly, don't go into it. That's not, these cards are not to analyze, they're to release. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle gently, put my card deck down, spread it out, mess it up, which feels so good. Mess it up, mess it up. And I'm going to pick one for us to release around our fears. Ah, interesting. This one is bullied, feeling bullied. Now, I'm going to read this description to you because, I really want you to start understanding that these emotions have more than the obvious meaning. Bullied. Intimidation or harassment can be obvious in terms of the typical playground situation, but can of course happen in all other environments and relationships where someone can coerce or intimidate you into believing, feeling, or doing something that's not comfortable, safe, or kind. This is often present in small group dynamics, but can occur in society in larger ways as well, including political environments. How does everybody feel about that? That's a really good one to clear, right? Bullied. Bullied can be a little more subtle, but still feel really bad. Barbara's saying bullied in the media. Yes, even in the media. So let's go ahead and release feeling bullied. Go ahead and tap on your thymus gland and simply repeat after me. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Let's do it one more time as your body takes in all that information I gave you. You don't need to think about it consciously, but it's going to pull up some energies around being bullied and fearful, and release it. Go ahead and repeat after me. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Ah, how did that feel? Take a drink of water, give yourself a pause. We're going to hang out for a few more minutes. If you haven't already liked this video, like the video, give me a thumbs up so I know you're here and you're enjoying yourself. And we're going to go over a couple things before we do our positive emotions. So what I'd like to do is 3 positive emotions at the end of every session to sort of rebalance the body and fill it back up with positivity. Here's one reason why, and it's a little bit sneaky, okay? Sometimes when we've been carrying a lot of emotional baggage, we can feel a little empty when we release. Now, Anne says, you said pause and I heard hug. Okay, this is a pause and a hug all in one. Thank you, Anne. I'm hugging all of you over there. So we want to not just release from the body, but give the body something better to put in its place. And that's these positive emotions. How many of you over the years, and give me a yes if this is true, have focused on releasing trauma, releasing stress, and it becomes one big negative hole of healing because you aren't focusing on positive. You aren't looking forward. You aren't cultivating any resilience or excitement or hope or inspiration for your future because you are so focused on all this yucky stuff stuck in your body. I'm getting a lot of yeses. Now, my next book, I'm writing a big piece on this because I feel like so many of us do that, right? It's drilled into us that we need to release, 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 but we also have to install. And there is so much benefit from bringing in good energy, as much of, as if not more than just releasing the yucky stuff. So this is what we're doing here is we're filling ourselves up to lift ourselves up and support our healing energy. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to give you 3 positive emotions. But as a bonus, what I did this morning was I came up with, or I wrote down, I already have these questions. I wrote down 10 bonus questions to send all of you so that you could do energy readings just on installing positive emotions. Did you know that you can just install positive emotions as an entire session without releasing a single thing? You will never feel so good as sitting down and just once in a while, maybe once a week, just installing positive emotions for abundance, for health, for um, for your nervous system, for everything. And I am going to send you, if you want, I'm going to send you those 10 questions that I use to just do a fun, positive, uplifting reading. That means you don't have to release anything. All you have to do is follow my questions to install positive emotions. So if you want that, go ahead and write installing in the chat box, and I will make sure every one of you gets that bonus, okay? Just drop the word installing or install in the chat box, and I will make sure that you get it later, okay? That's for the bonus 10 questions. Even I want to say for people who might be watching the replay later, you can still drop it later and I will still send it to you. So go ahead and drop that word install or installing, and I'll send you those 10 questions, okay? And they cover a lot. They cover installing positive emotions for your nervous system, installing positive emotions just in any way to benefit you. There are really 10 great ways to install positive emotions and just do a whole good feeling positive session. So let's go. Let's install some positive ones. Just make sure you drop that word and I'll send that over to you. It might take me until, a day or so to get that to everybody, but I will get that to everybody and you'll be able to do your positive emotions. So let's pretend, so Kat says, do you know who we are from our YouTube names? I'll reply to each person and give you a link, okay? So that you'll be able to go grab it. Thank you for asking that. Just drop the word installing. Okay. Mary says, okay, all those installing have not liked this video. Okay, like the video. Give me a like on the video so that I know that you're here, that you're enjoying this, that you love it. Okay, here's the cards. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle them again. Now, shuffle, mess, make a huge mess of my deck. Okay, here we're going to do what positive emotions are going to benefit us in the highest way right now. And I'm going to pick 3 cards. And this I'm just going to do for speed. I'm going to pick 3 at once. So I usually do them individually, but you know what? These are my cards and this is our session. We can do it however we want. So now, of course, we're just going to pay attention to the yellow side, the installing side. And the 3 emotions we got are loved, centered, and protected. How perfect is that combo? Loved, centered, and protected. Amazing. So let's go ahead and install those. Now, we've released a lot of stuck emotions today, a lot. But let's say you didn't want to do that. You could just pick the positive emotions using the bonus questions that I'm going to send you if you've dropped the word install or installing in the chat box. And you could just sit down and just have a really fun, grab a cup of tea, light a candle, and just do a positive thing for yourself. Okay, let's start with loved. Go ahead and tap on your thymus gland. Let me move my speaker away. And we're installing loved. And Barbara says, who wouldn't want those? I agree. And somebody says they're not as tired anymore. Mary says, wow, she loves these. Okay, this is loved. So all we're going to do is hold that energy of typing loved into your system and repeat after me. Installing, installing, installing. Installing, installing, installing. All right, and we're going to go to our next one, which is centered. So good. Let's install centered. All you're doing is tapping, installing, installing, installing. Installing, installing, installing. And one more, which is protected. I love this one. Go ahead and install that by tapping, installing, 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 installing. Oh my goodness, who feels better? Type it in the chat box. Type it in the chat box if you are feeling re-energized, more hopeful, just had as lovely as a time as I did. I'm so glad you were all here. Okay, a few quick things before we end. Number 1, if you are interested in joining me for the course the 6-week course that starts Monday, June 17th. Type class in the box so I can get you information. It's 6 weeks of live guided energy healing sessions. All of them are recorded, and we cover the most important aspects of all of my books in one place with me as your guide. If you are interested, just type class in the box so I can make sure to get you that information. Okay? Again, it's all recorded. Most people have to miss 1 or 2 live because it's 6 weeks. It's fine. You'll get the recording. And I keep these groups smaller because unlike these groups that are really big, we get to really talk in that group. People really get to share how they feel. I do intuitive energy readings every week. So you'll get very specific homework specific to our group. So just go ahead and type class if you're interested. I'll send that over to you. Okay, number 1. Number 2, don't forget to hit install or type install in the box if you want that bonus. I think most of you got that. And then the last thing I'm going to ask of you, and this is optional, of course, if you have the deck and you love it, please leave an honest review on Barnes & Noble and Amazon. It helps authors so much, and it helps other people understand what the deck is about. No pressure, but if you do that, please send me an email because I will be doing a separate private energy healing with the cards for anybody who leaves a review. I will wait a couple of weeks because I want to make sure everybody has a chance. It can be short, sweet, as long as it's honest. Just tell me in a few sentences what you love about the cards on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. I would so appreciate it. It just helps authors so much get their work in front of other people. So if that feels good to you, thank you. And that is it. You know what? I'm going to pick one more card. Is it okay if I pick one more card for us all to install? I'm just feeling intuitively like we need one more card to end on. Is that okay? Give me a yes if it's okay. Give me a yes. Mary's asking Amazon too or just Barnes & Noble. I would be so happy if you did Amazon and Barnes & Noble, but either of them is perfectly fine. To review on Amazon, you don't need to have purchased on Amazon. So anybody can leave a review on Amazon. I'm not sure about Barnes & Noble, but those are the 2 main places that people look. So both of those, and they can be the same review. You can copy and paste, but I'm absolutely grateful for anything. Okay, so everybody has their stuff in the chat box, right? Class, if you might want to start joining me on Monday for our 6 weeks of, I'm calling it healing summer school, because all the kids are going to summer school, and I feel like, well, why shouldn't we heal for our summer school? Install if you want that bonus. And here we go with our last card. Okay, so I'm going to let you all see it. I'm sorry I'm keeping you so long, but I think we're having enough fun. I only intended for this to be about 45 minutes, but those of you who know me know that I just love hanging out, and we always stay a little longer. Okay. All right, big deep breath. Now I'm going to ask with my deepest heart and biggest intention to find one more emotion that we can install to propel our forward movement into our fullest, greatest potential of health and happiness. And I want this card, even though it's kind of stuck. Oh, I got included, feeling included, which I actually think we cultivated for ourselves today. So let's go ahead and install feeling included. Go ahead and tap feeling included. And Barbara has such a beautiful comment right now, which is thanks everyone for your contributions. They were good for me. There's nothing better than being together in a group and just knowing we're all in this together. So let's go ahead and really install that feeling that we're feeling right now of being included in something special. And let's tap it in and install it into our bodies, into every single cell we have, to really feel this going forward permanently and completely. And repeat after me. Installing, installing, installing. Installing, installing, installing. And so it is done. Thank you all for being here. I will get you your bonuses. I will get you your class information. And just if you leave a review, just email me or contact me through my website and let me know. And I will put you on the list for our private healing session that I'll do in the next couple of weeks. My mom said, "You are the best to me." And Barbara said, "Ellen, you gave birth to a gem." And now I'm going to have to go bawl my eyes out because those are the sweetest comments. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm getting lots of thank yous. I would love to hang out with you again. We will definitely do something again. Thank you for joining. Thank you for making my How to Heal Yourself Oracle card deck launch so special. It was a long time coming, and my persistence and intuition in pushing to get this card deck out there was absolutely right. So thank you all for mirroring that for me, for affirming that for me. And I just thank you for making this the most special day ever. Bye, everybody. See you later. Talk to you soon. Bye. I'll be in touch soon. Bye-bye.